She walked into grandest hotels, ordered champagne without blinking, and wore designer dresses worth more than most people's cars. Everyone thought she was a billionaire's daughter, an heiress dripping in old money. But the truth? She didn't have a single cent. For years, she fooled New York's elite, living like royalty while secretly running the biggest scam the wealthy never saw coming. Today, we unravel the shocking story of the fake heiress who brought the city's richest families to their knees. It all began with charm. She introduced herself as Anna Delvey, or sometimes Delvey Sorokin, a mysterious young woman with a thick European accent. She claimed she was the daughter of a billionaire magnate overseas. And in the high society world of New York, nobody asked too many questions because appearances mattered more than facts. With just confidence and a designer wardrobe, most of it rented, she walked straight into circles of influence. Rooftop bars, art galleries, five-star hotels, Anna was there. She was always the one picking up the tab, or at least pretending she could. But beneath the glamour, there was nothing. No billionaire father, no fortune, just a web of lies carefully spun to trap the rich. Anna knew one thing: rich people love exclusivity. So she built a story that fit right in. She told bankers she was setting up a multi-million-dollar art foundation. She whispered to hotel staff that her family money was tied up in Europe, and she dropped names of celebrities she'd never met, claiming they were her friends. What made it believable was how she lived. She checked into hotels where suites cost $800 a night. She tipped in $100 bills. She ordered food and wine like she had an endless bank account. To her victims, she wasn't a scammer. She was a woman destined to inherit an empire. But behind the scenes, her bills were going unpaid. She wrote bad checks, maxed out cards, and promised wire transfers that never came. The hotels gave her the benefit of the doubt after all. Who questions an heiress? Her scams became bigger and bolder. She started targeting not just hotels, but wealthy socialites and investors. She convinced a powerful New York lawyer to help her secure a $22 million loan for her fake foundation. She promised exclusive access to her elite art club, something she never intended to build. Wealthy friends covered her expenses on lavish trips. One friend paid $60,000 on a Moroccan vacation, expecting Anna to reimburse her. She never did, but by the time the truth caught up, Anna was already weaving another lie. For years, she got away with it, because in elite society, people were too embarrassed to admit they'd been scammed. Who wants to confess that a mysterious young woman fooled them into paying for a luxury life? But lies can't last forever. Hotels grew suspicious when unpaid bills stacked up to tens of thousands. Investors demanded proof of her supposed trust fund. Even her closest friends began to whisper, why was the heiress always asking them to cover the bill? One day, a hotel manager refused to let her leave until she settled her debt. Security escorted her out, her designer luggage in tow. The glamorous heiress was suddenly just another guest who couldn't pay her bill. The facade was crumbling and Anna's world was about to collapse. Her unpaid bills and bounced checks weren't just embarrassing, they were crimes. By 2018, New York prosecutors built a case. Anna was arrested and charged with grand larceny, theft, and fraud. But even in handcuffs, she acted like royalty. In court, she demanded designer outfits for her trial, refusing to appear in standard prison clothes. She wanted to look like an heiress, even as the evidence proved she wasn't one. Witnesses came forward, friends she'd scammed, hotels she'd cheated, investors she'd lied to. The illusion shattered. The world finally saw Anna for what she was, a master manipulator who thrived on the arrogance of the wealthy. In April 2019, Anna Delvey, real name Anna Sorokin, was convicted of multiple counts of theft and fraud. She was sentenced to prison. The so-called heiress was exposed as nothing more than a clever scammer. Yet, in a strange twist, her story didn't end there. Her scandal became entertainment. Netflix made a series about her. Magazines covered her with fascination. Some even called her a genius for exposing how shallow and gullible the rich can be. She wasn't just a scammer anymore. She was a symbol. To some, she represented greed and deception. To others, she was a rebel who beat the system, even if only for a while. So, what do we learn from Anna's story? It's simple. Appearances deceive. We live in a world where wealth and status blind us to truth. People saw what they wanted to see as a glamorous heiress and ignored the cracks in her story. Anna Sorokin may have fooled the rich, but her rise and fall reminds us all. If something looks too good to be true, it probably is. Imagine scamming the wealthiest families in New York, living like royalty and convincing the world you're an heiress all without a dime to your name. Anna Delvey did it, and for years she almost got away. But in the end, the empire of lies came crashing down. Do you think she was a criminal mastermind or just a con artist lucky enough to fool the right people? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that reveal the dark side of power, wealth, and deception.